in the Show Me State, farmers are just now starting to plant, which means spray season is right around the corner. The Missouri House and Senate are working on a bill to align state and federal pesticide regulations. Reporter Julia Thomas has more.
House Bill 544 passed through the Missouri House in February with a final vote of 85 to 72. The bill aims to ensure consistency between state and federal standards in an effort to protect both farmers and consumers. Elizabeth Burns-Thompson, executive director of the Modern Ag Alliance, which is a coalition of agricultural stakeholders, told us that the litigation attorneys are suing the manufacturers of products like glyphosate, which is commonly known as Roundup, to add additional warnings.
Agriculture sits between really a rock and a hard place. On one side, rocking that the trial community, these trial lawyers have said, we are going to continue to sue you manufacturer and agriculture until you add additional disclaimers or warnings onto labels. On the other side of the coin, you have the federal regulator, the United States EPA, that says we will not register products that have additional disclaimers or warnings that are contrary to our federal process. In fact, they've gone so far as to say additions of those would be deemed misbranding and that product would not be registered.
While glyphosate has been used as an example in many instances, the bill does not list any specific chemistry. Burns-Thompson says that it is a, quote, process, conversation, not a product, conversation, and expressed how important it is for farmers to voice their opinion.
The voice of farmers in this conversation is incredibly important, and so we encourage folks to outreach to their elected officials to share just how important these critical crop protection tools are to their operation.
The bill has moved through both the House and Senate Ag Committee and is currently awaiting Senate floor consideration. Iowa is seeing similar discussions. Secretary of Agriculture Mike Negg explains that this bill is not a pass for manufacturers, but a way to lessen the confusion.
While there may be some liability or some protection for some of those crop protection providers, there are many other ways that consumers and folks that have been wronged by companies or can challenge or can sue. This isn't blanket immunity in any way, shape, or form. So I think it is time for us to have some clarity around this whole issue.
Reporting from Kirksville, I'm Julia Thomas.